I wanted to find something in the underbelly that fit our rules, less than $5, you know, type penny stock play. And I wanted to attach it to something that's moving in the broader market, and that is silver. Silver, you know, we already broke down that silver chart, and there's a lot of different ways to trade silver, whether you're trading it in futures, whether you're doing it in the ETF, SLV, or individual companies. And this is one of those individual companies. ASM is the symbol. See, that's how far I got down in my scanning today, was in the A's for cash that makes, or trash that makes cash. No, I kid. I look at this, and obviously, and it goes without saying, you see the size of that candle, and that's that volatility event that happened last week in the silver market. That's how crazy it can be. And so it goes without saying, you know the type of market you're playing in when you go to the underbelly. You know what you're, like when I was in Thailand, Tim, you knew certain streets. You knew where you were at, and some were dirtier than others. This is one of those dirty streets in Thailand. You know where you're playing here. So it goes without saying. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. But if you're looking at silver and you're looking at silver stocks, keep an eye on this silver company against a micro cap company. It fits the underbelly, but you gotta like that 150 trigger here. It tested above that level earlier today, could not hold its head above that water. What that means is no aggressive trade. Wait for something above the high of today. Maybe you're mapping out something aggressive above the high. I could see that, but nothing aggressive above that 150 unless it does achieve that high. You also have a gap from yesterday, slightly south of 160 that you could potentially play here. Very cheap micro cap company stock, silver company. If you're looking at silver and you want to say, okay, I don't want to do the SLV because that's too boring. If you need something a little bit less boring than SLV, or, you know, one of those Pan American silver companies, one of those Wheaton precious metals, you know, the big market cap companies in silver, here's a micro cap stock less than $2 that is setting up technically very similar to silver.
Marky?
I like it. Like, I like the space. Listen, when one of these trades, listen, there is zero chance I don't take this trade. You know why? Because if it goes to 250 and Matt suggested it, I want to be there.
You'll pay me out something on my Tampa Bay.
I would rather lose the entire 100 shares to zero than not make the trade if Matt suggested it.
All right, but get some McRib money.
But I like the space too.
Now, I think it's fair.
I wouldn't recommend putting a stop loss at zero. Like I wouldn't recommend that. So if we're gonna go on Matt's recommendations, let's get a stop loss underneath the pivot point at 130.
Yeah. I think,
and that's the thing. You unlike on silver here, guys, you can certainly get a stop loss underneath that 20-day moving average underneath the pivot, and you can't do that on SLV right now.
Well, and you don't have crazy wicks or too much chart manipulation.
No, you just got a crazy day last week.
Yeah, that's right. So we have context to that one.
There is context, but it's still got to spook you a little bit. This is a stock that literally doubled in value and then got killed in one day.
Oh, it's still trash. Let's not forget that.
And even though we're coming out of the volatility event and that volatility is subsiding a little bit, we're still in the story arc, though, right? So it does give you a little hesitation to play in that area. But if you are, this is an area of the market that will be benefited. If that silver trade works, it's hard to see ASM not working.
Yeah,
it's all this stuff to me is absolute trash, but this one has been the best of the bunch as far as I'm concerned, just because it has.
What a shot! Greg likes silver.
Just because it's tied to the precious metals. That's the only reason.
The Canadian likes silver.
There is one thing that I would say.
Greg, do you like beer too?
I do like beer.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify. I just wanted to make sure.
I am Canadian, so beer and maple syrup are two of the staples.
Maple syrup was my next question.
So the only thing that makes this a little bit better for this trade, and obviously earnings is coming up soon, is if these three moving averages were all tied together, kind of like they were back in December here. If those were all laying on top of one another to give this a little bit of an energy boost, you know, the breakout there, that would make this even more attractive than it is. It's still not attractive in any way, shape, or form because it's not my bag. But this one has honestly been the the cream of the crop as far as I'm concerned. If I've got to be forced to take one, this would probably be the
Considering we're talking from the old money, I would take that as a win.
All
there.
I heard was that Canadians hate women's clothing stores.
All I heard.
That's all I heard.
We all hear what we want to hear, because all I heard was that I won trash that makes
Listen,
cash.
Chico's Foss, love it.
Yeah.
Greg gave
Can't
me
wait
the win.
to run my mouth on that later this year.